Very good morning to all. In this lecture, EC8551 Communication Network, Unit 5 Transport Layer. In the previous session, we are studied the introduction of transport layer and what are the addressing methods and data transport services. Now, today we are discuss about the elements of transport protocols. The transport service is implemented by the transport protocol used between the two transport entities. We see the data link layer environment and the transport layer environment. These are the layer environments. At the data link layer, two routers communicates directly via a physical channel, whereas the transport layer physical channel is replaced by the entire subnet. For router in data link layer, not necessary to specify the which router it want to talk to, but in the transport layer, explicit addressing of the destination is required. A process of establishing a connection is simply at the data link layer and complicated initially at the transport layer. The buffering and the flow control are needed to both layers. Now we move to the connection establishment. For supporting connection oriented service, the establishment and releasing of connection is required. The connection establishment service three main purpose. It allow each end to assure that the other exit. It allow optional parameters like a maximum segment size, maximum window size, quality of service. It triggered allocation of transport entity resource like a buffer space. The connection establishment is accomplished by a simple set of user command and control segments. So the transport services users can signal that it will possibly wait for the record with a passive open command. After a passive open command is issued, the transport entity create a connection object of some sort of than the listen state. After receiving an active open command of the transport service, user may open a connection from the closed state. So the overall transport entity that establishes the connections with the destination user, which then triggered by the transport entity to send an synchronous segment. The synchronous segment is carried to receiving transport entity and interpreted as a request for connection to a particular port. The connection will establish if the destination transport entity is the listened state. The signal is used to connect connection to the open, send as a synchronous as confirmation to the remote transport entity, put the connection object in the establishment state. The TCP provide a connection oriented service over a packet switched network. Connection oriented implies that there is a virtual connection between the two endpoints. There are three phases in any virtual connections. These are connections establishment, transfer data, and connection termination phases. In order for two hosts to communicate using TCP, they must first establish a connections by exchanging message into what is known as a three-way handshake. So we see the three TCP segment exchanged between the two hosts, that is host A and host B. To start, host A initiate the connection between the sending the TCP segment. Now we are discussing the connection termination. In order for a connections to be released, four segments are required to completely close the connections. The four segments are necessary due to the fact that TCP is a full duplex protocol, meaning that each end must shut down independently. The connection termination phases is shown in figure. So the notice the synchronous control field bit first. The connection termination phase used the fin control bit field to the signal to the closure of the connections. To terminate the connections, the applications running on the host a signal TCP to close the connections. This generated the first fin segment from host A and to host B. In normal case of three-way handshake, one of the users send a disconnect request, that is a DR, in the transport protocol unit to initiate the connections released. When it arrives, a recipient sent back and disconnect request and start a timer. When this disconnect request arrives, the original sender send packet as acknowledgement and release the connections. Finally, when the acknowledgement of TPDU arrives, the receiver also release the connections. And then the final acknowledgement host is the final acknowledgement of TCP is lost. The situation is saved by the timer. When the timer expires, the connection is released anyway. And then a response lost and the subsequent of disconnect record lost. In the disconnect request lost, then the user initiating the disconnection will not receive the expected response, will timeout. The second time the TCP are lost and also deliver the currently on the time. Now we see the multiplexing. Many virtual circuits open for long period of time is to make a multiplexing of the different transport connections onto the same network connections attractive. These form of multiplexing called upward multiplexing and downward multiplexing. In the four transport connections are used to same network connection to the remote host. The transport layer from the group of transport connections according to the destination and map each group on the minimum number of network connections. We saw the multiplexing. Many transport connections are mapped on to one network connection. The to perform will be turned to send one message. If too few transport connections are mapped on one network connection, the service will be expensive. The transport layer opened multiple network connections and distributed the traffic among them on the round robin basis. This is called the downward multiplexing. So in this session we are completely studied the elements of transport layer protocols and what are the flow control and buffering methods and what are the different connections and terminations and multiplexing, that is upward and downward multiplexing methods. In the next session we have to discuss the user datagram protocol. Thank you for watching this video.